long have you been here, son? Just started, eh?
Yes, sir, 7 years ago.
I hope you can raise the level of your performance. I'd like to introduce everyone to our newest co-worker, James Simon.
Paris, the new employee. Did he remind you of anyone?
Who did you have in mind?
Me, for instance.
To me, the thing that was always just funniest was that the doppelganger appears, you know, the main character sees this person who looks exactly like him, and then he points it out to someone else, and then that person isn't bothered. And to me, it was just, I've never in a million years could have thought of that as a way to take it, but it's so funny that it's so against the expectation that your concerns would immediately concern other people.
What'll it be?
What do you want to go? Okay, no, sorry, then I'll just have a Coke and a bagel.
We're out of bagels.
Oh, right, then, right, then I'll just...
Come on.
Right, sorry, I'll just have the Coke then, I guess.
A Coke. And you?
A coffee.
A coffee.
And scrambled eggs.
You don't serve breakfast in the evening?
Why not?
Because it says so on the menu.
Well, do you still have eggs here?
Yeah.
And do you have a frying pan?
Yeah.
Then do me a favor and make me some scrambled eggs.
It is an analogy in some ways, or it's a, you know, fable-like exploration of something that is psychological but played out metaphorically, I guess, in a story like with anything that, you know, I mean, Darth Vader is within all of us, and I remember that every time I shower. So in a way, it's a literalized metaphor in some ways, but it needs to kind of work as both. It needs to feel like it is happening, but also that there could be a psychological explanation. I guess like any ghost story, you kind of go, oh, well, either there is a vampire or the vampire is that tendency in you or that desire made flesh in some ways.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Are you sure?
Just give me the damn food. What? I'm hungry. No, it's just, I don't know. I would have never done that. You don't like eggs? No, I mean, I just don't think I would feel comfortable talking to someone like that. She's a waitress. She's here to serve us. If you don't tell her what you actually want, how can she do her job? No, I can see that she can be a little short sometimes, and I do think being forthright certainly has its place. And I'm not, like, criticizing your behavior or anything.
Here's your coffee, your beer, and your breakfast.
What we talked about with our production designer, David Crank, was that it should almost look like how people in the 50s imagined the future. And so it never existed and it never will exist. So it's just a wrong turning. So in this film, there are these enormous computers that do this one small, very basic thing, as opposed to what people want, which are small things that do a number of things. And it has that kind of new build feel that you sometimes get with towns where someone, possibly well-meaning, has thought, everyone's going to live in this community. They will all frequent the common swimming pool and this place, and everyone will shop here. And it doesn't quite pan out because that's not what people are like, and they don't want to be told where to live or suddenly form a community from nothing. And then these new build towns become slightly ghostly and lonely and strange, and ironically end up being the exact opposite of what they were designed for. So it was to have that kind of a feel, like the feel that you have in Magritte paintings or Edward Hopper things, those lonely towns, I guess lonely cities, yeah.
Just as soon as your back a turn, they'll be trying to crush you down. But just bear who this is mine, a true friend, hard to find.
Reading something like Dostoyevsky, you can't help but relate to it because he's so brilliant at expressing his ideas and getting and emotionally drawing you in. So in some ways you don't feel you're bringing anything of yourself to it because it's so good already. It's more that, you know, when you read a really great book, like, I don't know, say you read Catherine Rye or Crime and Punishment or something, you don't feel, you feel you're just guessing everything. You don't feel like I've brought some great wealth to this. You just feel, how does this writer manage to understand everything? And that's what I felt, you know, reading the book, like, how has he managed to tap into this sort of anxiety or fear or humour that you don't even realise is there until you read it in some ways, but you recognise it once you do.